welcome back to Let's Cook. Since my last video on kimchi and cheese did so well, thank you Gordon, I thought I'd try another one with these kimchi and Gruyere fritters from the Cookbook Flavor. We'll start making the fritters by cooking half an onion in 3 tablespoons of oil and a pinch of salt, frying it until it is soft and browned. We're going to add garlic, like 3 cloves worth, and continue to cook for 30 seconds before adding 3/4 of a cup and 2 tablespoons of whole milk. Reduce until slightly thickened. I think I actually overdid it a bit because my milk curdled. Moving on, you can cool it for 5 minutes, and then add 2 egg yolks and 9 ounces of cooked rice. My rice is seasoned from some failed sushi earlier this week, so I'll be using a bit less salt. But you should add another pinch of salt. This interesting looking mixture needs to chill for about 30 minutes in the fridge. While that's happening, take 6 ounces of kimchi and with your bare hands squeeze the kimchi until its kimchi juice runs dry. We'll need to save this liquid for the dipping sauce. The kimchi you could chop by hand or by food processor, which I'm going to do, along with some cilantro and half a cup of cooked green beans. These guys were in the back of the freezer, so they're not the prettiest, but they'll still do the job, just like me. Add this to our reserved rice blob along with 3 ounces of the Gruyere, which the recipe calls for cubes, but I shredded. 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds, and 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. In a separate bowl, we're going to take those 2 egg whites, which you hopefully saved from the yolks earlier, and whip them into medium stiff peaks, along with a pinch-a-rooney of salt. Once stiff peaks are achieved, we can fold the egg white into the fritter base. This base is so dense, mega dense. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the egg white and just sacrifice it to the gods, mixing it without a care in the world, thinking of my happy place, to make it more receptive to the rest of the foam. This foam we're going to gently fold, the goal being to aerate this dense, flavorful filling. And wow, is it dense. I'm not actually sure the egg white's doing anything here. Also, don't overmix, but there shouldn't be any major streaks of white either. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Now repeat after me. Good frying needs good prep. So to the left, just off screen, I have a wire rack over some paper towels, and in full view, I have 4 cups of oil for frying at 355 degrees Fahrenheit. And to keep the size consistent, I like to use a disher. These need to fry about 5 minutes, rotating semi-frequently to make sure there is even browning. And I almost forgot the dipping sauce. With 3 tablespoons of our kimchi blood and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, you shall create a puckeringly sour dip. Ta-da! It looks just like the picture, right? Maybe. Serve with a lemon slice, some extra kimchi, and our sauce. And you can also sprinkle the dish with a little bit of extra salt and more sesame seeds as needed to fulfill your garnishing desires. Starting with an unadorned bite, I have to say it's fine. The Gigabyte TV standard. A bit over-fried and too dense, but it makes a nice fritter overall. I think I cut everything a bit too finely, to be honest. Both the cheese and the kimchi are lost in the shuffle. I think with larger kimchi chunks, and actually listening to the recipe when it said cube the cheese, not shred it, these would be a slam dunk. As for the dipping sauce, that is some deep throat agitating acidity. It does help with the fattiness overall, but I don't quite feel like it's a sauce. There's no cling, no kind of balance of flavors. It's just acid. I think this needs a little more workshopping. The kimchi on the side, though, it's nice. I think it does more to balance the dish than this really bracingly acidic sauce does. So if I had to rate this dish, which I have to because it's my show and there's certain structures to all things, I would give it a number of fritters still on my plate out of 10. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any recipes you'd like to see on the show, please don't be shy and share them, please. I'm always looking for new ideas, especially if they involve kimchi and cheese. A match made in heaven. See you next time.